Hello, beautiful people. You're welcome to this segment with me. My name is Senami Oluni. In today's segment, I'll be talking about preparing for an interview. What are those things you need to do in order to ace your next interview? An interview is an integral part of securing a job. So, for this reason, you need to adequately prepare for the interview in order to get the desired job. That job you have been longing for so that you can get it. So, here are some things you need to do in order to get well prepared for your next interview. Firstly, you need to research properly about the organization. What organization are you going to have the interview? You need to know a lot about the place. You need to know about the mission statement, the vision, the objectives, the hierarchy, probably the manager or the director. You need to know their names. You can't just say you are going for an interview and don't know anything about that organization. So you need to really research about the organization you're about going for an interview in. Another thing you need to do while preparing for an interview is to read things that are related to the field you are going for. For instance, you're going for an interview for the position of a secretary. You need to really read about what the duties of the secretary is or if you are not the only applicant. At least one or two persons is okay. I'm not saying you should throw yourself around, but then ensure you connect with one or two persons. They may actually have information that you don't have, and they may be willing to share with you. So that's the essence for this connection. And then you can go ahead to exchange contact with at least one person among the applicants you've made connection with. The essence of this is for you to get updates about the progress of the interview, to get more information about the exercises they've called some people or not. At least get information, be updated about the progress of the interview. And that's the whole essence of exchanging contact. So when being called upon to come inside the interview room, when meeting your interviewers or interviewer, as the case may be, you may have just one person interviewing you or more than one. In most cases, we always have more than one person. because they believe that what one person will not say or will not ask, another person will see or ask. So basically, usually have more than one person at the interview, venue, or in the interview room, waiting to interview you. So when you get there, ensure you are not too jumpy or too forward. For instance, you need to observe all courtesy. Like, you need to wait for you to be told to sit before you take your seat. And then when you're about dragging out the seat, don't just drag out the seat. Lift it properly and then take your seat gently. So ensure to sit up. Don't sit and bend yourself or something. And at intervals, ensure to maintain eye contact with the person interviewing you. Don't bend your face down or look away from the person interviewing you. At intervals, ensure you maintain eye contact with your interviewer or interviewers, as the case may be. It shows your level of confidence, and then it shows that you're not nervous or you're fidgeting or something. So ensure to always keep eye contact with your interviewer. Then another thing you need to do is always wear a beautiful smile. Whenever you've been asked any question, even when you don't know it, still smile. And then sometimes I actually do it. I use it to buy time to think about what I'm to say. So when you are being asked a question and you don't actually know or you are clueless about the question, just ensure you say something related to it. Don't just stay mute and say I don't know or I pass. Don't do that. It sends a wrong notion to those interviewing you. So ensure to say something. And then if you notice that you didn't satisfy them with your answer, then you can go ahead to do something like, well, what you just asked me, I really don't know. I'm not just hearing it. But then I'm ready to, update my knowledge. I'll add to what I have known before. On hearing this, I'll go and research about it and add to my own knowledge. So feel free to come out and say, not that you don't know, but then you are willing to learn. So it shows that this person is even ready to learn. It's not someone that is unteachable or that is not, that is not ready to learn. At the end of the interview, when the interview comes to an end, ensure to get the feedback. If you have gone for a written and oral interview, after the oral interview, you can decide to say, thank you for your time. I really appreciate this opportunity. I hope I've been able to satisfy you with my answers. Or you say something like, thank you for your time. I really appreciate this opportunity. I hope I was able to impress you to some extent. And then you say it with a beautiful smile. Don't just pull your face and then notice that you're not getting the attention. No. Everybody wants to, associate with a friendly and welcoming face. So give them that opportunity to see you in and out. And as much as possible, answer your questions from your heart. Don't sugarcoat things too much. Just answer it the way it is. And if it was a written interview, you can request for your score to know what your score exactly is. This will help you to know if you have to improve more on yourself or you are getting it. So that when next you are going for another interview, you know what areas you have to really work on again. And another thing is try as much as possible not to use ambiguous words in your interview. Don't use too many vocabularies because you want to impress the interviewer. As possible as you can, ensure to strictly use simple English, simple words that they can relate with, and then that will not be too much for you at the end of the day to put your words together. So, thank you very much for this segment. I talked about researching about the organization. I mentioned researching about the position, dressing very well, ensuring you're very neat. I talked about being organized, to organize your credentials, your CV. Talked about meeting people, connecting with other people, other applicants, that came for the interview. And then I talked about your level of comportment, your confidence while being interviewed. And I also mentioned that you should get a feedback after the interview. If you're able to follow all these steps, I tell you, your next interview, you will ace it like a professional. So I see you in the next video where I'll be talking about your curriculum vitae. What should be encapsulated in this? Things that the curriculum vitae should encompass. Ensure your curriculum vitae is well detailed and how to organize your curriculum vitae. So I'll be talking about this in the next video. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you are yet to subscribe, click on the subscribe button and hit the notification bell to get notified anytime I drop a new video. If you love this video, click the like button and comment in the comment section. Thank you very much once again. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.